Only on 12. This morning, I'm sharing more of my conversation with Kathleen Meixner. She is the widow of Dr. Thomas Meixner. He was murdered on the University of Arizona's campus in 2022 by an expelled student who was not allowed to be there on campus. This morning, Kathleen is sharing more of her hope of what other universities can learn from her family's tragedy, and also how we can all honor her husband on the upcoming 2 years since his death. A sign reads, "In loving memory of Tom Meixner," outside the Harshbarger building on the University of Arizona's campus.
I see that space as a sacred space because that's the place Tom moved into heaven.
On October 5th, 2022, an expelled student shot and killed Tom in the building where he worked. But his wife remembers him as the amazing scientist, family man, and friend behind that photograph.
What a fighter he was.
He was an amazing fighter.
Tom's widow, Kathleen, shares he battled cancer 3 times.
He lived his life so fully. And maybe I've considered that maybe the suffering that he experienced from having to deal with cancer repeatedly and the anxiety that caused, that somehow that reframed his brain a little bit.
Kathleen shares Tom wanted to make the most out of each moment with her and their 2 sons. Now she's doing the same, using their family's experience to advocate for changes on college campuses.
Do you think other schools can look at what happened to Tom and look at what the Hydrology and Atmospheric Sciences Department went through and learn from what happened here in Tucson?
I absolutely do think that, and it really is my hope that the University of Arizona, in their response to this tragedy, will become a model for every university around the country.
If there were an administrator or someone, a decision maker, what would you want them to take away?
I would say establish an Office of Public Safety if you do not already have one. And secondly, have a team of representatives from different agencies within your community who are meeting on a regular basis to discuss safety and to determine what is best for your university.
Universities have faced this challenge for decades and will continue to.
The University of Arizona lost 3 beautiful nursing college faculty almost 20 years to the month of when we lost Tom. And it was a similar scenario with a disgruntled student. And so you cannot lose focus with something like this.
And beyond campus safety, she asks the community to honor Tom by making sure you are registered to vote.
He was all about getting the vote out. And he would make phone calls and he would knock on doors.
Tom was much more than a single photograph.
He was something special. He was really something special.
Continuing to inspire her as she pushes to make a difference.
My thought has been that even if one person was protected, I'd be willing to say or do anything if it meant that.
So Kathleen's fight for school safety continues. Meanwhile, the shooter, Murad Dervish, was sentenced in June of this year to life in prison for Dr. Meixner's murder. In court, we learned that Dervish purchased a gun through a private sale, even though he was not allowed to have one due to a protection order. Kathleen shared with me she hopes in the future she can find a way to advocate for common sense gun laws right here in Arizona, including universal background checks and red flag laws. You can watch part 1 of this story right now on 12news.com.